Yeah, they're a very explosive offense. Derek Carr's having a great season. Have a real good skill group. Tight ends great. Ruggs obviously grabs a lot of attention, and Josh Jacobs runs the ball hard. So it's top down, man. They're a stout group, and we know we have to come out and play our best ball on the road in order to get a victory. Yeah, I think it's every week in the NFL, man. We're all here for a reason. Teams are good. It's any given Sunday. You have to play your best on Sundays. You got to execute at a high level. Have to make plays when they come to you, and we have to find a way to get a win. But the challenge, there's a challenge every week in this league, and the goal stays the same, man. Just win, compete, and find a way to get a win.
Rodney is one of the team captains now that Lane has shed light on his personal matter with prioritizing mental health. How important are those conversations, with the team, with the staff, and with you being one of the captains?
It's very important to have those conversations. I think everybody in this locker room, in this building, supports Lane. It's deeper than football, and we understanding that he has some things that he has to work on before he can return to play. And I think we all have accepted that and just supported him, put our arms around him. Honestly, everybody's expressed, hey, I'm here for you. I'm a shoulder to lean on. I'm an ear to listen to, and so I think it opens your eyes to a lot of issues that guys kind of face and go through, right? I mean, we play the sport, we sacrifice so much, and you never know what it takes away from an individual. So someone like Lane, a player his caliber, speaking out on this issue, I'm sure it'll just help other guys be able to come out and speak out before it gets to that point. But at the end of the day, man, I just want them to be healthy. I want them to be safe, and we're here for them.
Rod, you've been around this team in this city for a really long time. You know it's pretty hard to keep something quiet around here. The fact that your teammates, the front office, everybody handled this situation the right way, how much trust do you think that bought the locker room with the coaching staff and et cetera, and you guys all kind of bought into having each other's backs?
One of our core values is connect, right? And so this is the perfect time to showcase that our love and affection for one another. As players, I mean, we go through a lot, man. We've been on this journey since April with this new staff, new guys in the locker room, and guys who have been here for some years. So I think the trust has grown, right? And now it's to a point where we're putting it on display and being there for our brother.
You've been through your fair share of adversity too, especially with injuries, and that wears on you mentally, right? How do you decompress during the season with it being kind of like a marathon like this?
It's very hard to find time for yourself, and I spoke on that earlier. We sacrifice a lot, and one of those things is time, and it's something that you never get back. But I think for me, I just lean on my support system. That's my family at home, my wife, my parents, my siblings, and then my brothers in this locker room who, I see on a regular, right? Like 7 days out of the week, I pretty much come in contact with someone. And so that's all we're here for, man, is to, show our support and help one of our brothers when he's down.
Can you kind of like start away from the season? What's something that you've learned about Jonathan Gann that maybe you didn't know during training?
One thing that I've learned about JG is that he's a competitive individual. He comes to work every day very passionate and a very positive minded individual. And you need someone like that. And obviously things hasn't gone the way that we all hoped, but we're looking forward to our next opportunity. And that's what he always tries to shed light on. So his positivity, his passion and competitiveness, definitely stands out to me.
That makes you Derek Carr. Specifically, what does he do to put pressure on?
Man, I mean, he's throwing the ball well. He's putting it in great placements for his receivers to make plays. He's not making any any incorrect decisions, right? Like he's playing smart, and he's not turning the ball over, which is good and what you want to see from your quarterback. And he's making the plays that come to him. So we're going to have to compete in the back end, understand and recognize their setups, understand what those receivers do. They have a lot of tails, so we just have to lock in on that through our film study and have a great week at practice.
Rodney, any early first impressions on the new defensive back, Tay Gowan?
Tall, tall, athletic individual. Hasn't really said too much. He's still trying to figure us all out. He just got here, but you could tell he's just in the room taking it all in and ready to work. So I'm excited to see what he has today's first day of practice.
You've gone up against Dallas Goedert for years, and obviously this training camp. Now that Zach's gone, how much do you think he can benefit from being the main focus at that position?
Yeah, I think Dallas has groomed into one of the premier tight ends in this league, and that's credit. I'm sure a lot of credit, has to do with being in the room with Zach Ertz, another competitive individual, and he's no longer here. But Dallas was able to learn a lot from him, and so Dallas has made a lot of plays since he's stepped foot here on this team, and he'll continue to do that. Regardless of the departure of Ertz, I think he understands his role and that he's a playmaker on this team. And so excited to get him back, and hope he makes a lot of plays for us this week.
You as one of the leaders on this team, when you have a veteran like Zach and a leader traded like that, what are you going to miss about Zach, and also who needs to pick it up maybe in that leadership area on that side of the ball?
Yeah, Zach, I sent him a text message just telling him, how much I would miss him, just his presence in the locker room as a leader, but also competing against him on the field, man. And I started, 6 years ago. I came here, and that was one guy that, I looked to and said, hey, I want you to get me better, and I want to make you better. So I'm going to miss that, and everything that he's done outside of the game of football for the city of Philadelphia. Him as a friend, going to Bible studies with him. There's a lot that you kind of, a lot of memories that we develop. But at the end of the day, it's next man up. And like I said, that room is talented, already. And so guys will be asked to be in a bigger role. And everybody just accept that and step up and make the plays when they come to them.
Rodney, if I
7 or 8 guys left in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What's the lesson there?
And the dynamic has shifted a lot, but that's every year in this league, and that's the business that we live in. And so you just have to make the most of your opportunities. I think that's what I take away from it. NFL is also a not-for-long business, whether it's for that current team and you unfortunately move on, or for others you're out of the league, right? So it's just taking advantage of your opportunities, man, and being grateful, each and every day that you walk into this building and not taking it for granted.
Hey, Rodney, I'm sorry, if I could ask you one more thing about mental illness and everything. Do you think it gets overlooked just because you guys are high-profile athletes, make a lot of money and stuff, that you guys can have this mental illness as well?
Yeah. I think because of the sport we play and how we're identified as these gladiators and warriors, that it would seem uncommon that we face a lot of these issues that everyone else goes through in life. At the end of the day, we're human beings, and so we have the same struggles and challenges as everyone else. And I think you've seen that from several players over the years speaking out, and it's become a lot more prevalent and an issue that needs to be discussed and just support. I think we all just have to be supportive of everyone who's dealing with any sort of mental health issues.